Hi kids, I'm Tim Hodge and I've got something really exciting for you today. We're going to show you how to draw Princess Petunia. Okay, Petunia is a rhubarb, though she doesn't look at all like a rhubarb. Let's start with her head. Not all the way to the top, not all the way to the bottom, just about a little bit more than halfway up. Head, let's start with a kind of a circle here. It's not a true circle. It's kind of wider at the bottom than it is at the top. It's kind of a rounded triangle. You see that? And we're not going to draw her looking straight at you. She's going to be looking a little bit to the side here. So I'm going to draw a line right down here as a very light, because I don't want it to show up later. That's going to be the middle of her face where she's looking. Petunia's got, well, two eyes like everybody else. And they're almost, again, almost circles. And a little bitty nose here. It's like a top part of a triangle without drawing the bottom part. It's kind of shaped like a gumdrop. See, it's right between her eyes like that. Okay, let's draw her pupils in here. I'm going to draw one pupil there, and this pupil is going to be right on the edge. See how this one's just a little bit farther from center, and this one's really next over to the edge because her head is turned and she's looking right at us. Okay, now let's firm up some of these lines around her eyes. Let's make the line on top of her eye pretty dark, kind of like eyelashes, nice dark eyelashes. And right on the end, come off her eye and let it curve up. That's her eyelashes coming off like that. Same thing on this side, going the other way. A little bit smaller. I'll darken it up on the bottom side. Not quite as dark as the top. And right above her, just a little bit of an eyelid. There. Okay, now we're going to do her mouth. She has a sweet little smile here. Start off with a little V shape like that. And then a little curve on each side. And for the lips, we do it on top. This is kind of shaped like an M. See that? And then right off to the side, put a little cheek line like she smiled. Now her bottom lip, just like a U, right underneath that. There. That's not so hard. Okay, now I'm going to shave off a little bit of this side here so her jawline doesn't come out too far. Put the corner of it like right there. See how it bends like a little boomerang this way, then that way. Not a sharp corner. You want her to have smooth features, nice rounded face. And her chin is right underneath there. And then bring it up, her jawline right over there. Okay, and Petunia has a big hairdo. This big hairdo of flaming red hair. And it's wrapped, kind of twisted and wrapped around her face on both sides. So, start with this frontward C right over her eyes. And real big, again, real light, because we're going to change these lines a little bit later. And then I'm going to let this line come around here and curve behind her face a little bit. See how that? Now this one wraps behind that chunk of hair and comes around on this side. And a little bit, you see a little bit on this side. Yeah, it's just kind of what we call the S curve. It means it curves one way, then the other. One way, then the other. And you can see the top of her head up here, where the hair is all gathered. Not really a bun, but it's where her hair grows out of her head. Not really that rhubarbs have hair. Okay, and her hair it's all kind of twisted up in her hairdo. So let's do a few S curves. Only they're like S's lying down. Go down, then up, then down, then up, like that. So it looks like it's kind of twisted and wraps around her head. The same thing over here. It's a little complicated, but with a little practice you can get it just right. There. See that? And she also wears earrings. That's Princess Petunia's head, but her body is nice and It's kind of like a rhubarb stalk. Rhubarbs look kind of like celery, only they're red. But we're going to make her green because it just looks better that way. It's narrow at the top for her neck and wide at the bottom. I'm going to make it curve backwards like this. It's not rounded this way like you see junior asparagus or Archibald. Since it's more shaped like a celery stalk, it curves back around this way. It's like half a circle. There. And before I get started on her dress, we're going to draw her ponytail because her hair wraps around and then it's all braided in the back. So let's draw a real light S-curve this way, and then one up here that wraps behind her neck. Like I said, it was braided. So to draw a braid, braids are real tricky. So we're going to we draw this little C shape right here, and then one right there. Again, right here, and one right there. These are all the little segments of a braid as it goes down. A little bit on this side. It's not exactly what a braid looks like. It's a simplified version. You know when you braid hair, it comes in little chunks? This is an easy way to draw braids. Now right here, her hair doesn't end in a point like this yet, but there's a little band that wraps it. Now most people use rubber bands or something. I'm sure she has a nice ribbon around it, and that she is a princess. That'll be a different color than her hair. And then on the end of it, these are fun shapes. It's like a double S curve. You have one that goes this way, curves up and down to a point, and then this one goes like that. Let's go on to her dress. Now her clothes that we've designed for this story are kind of Middle Eastern, North African. So right around her collar, let's draw this. It's kind of a sideways J shape. It's actually a circle turned on its side, but we don't see the whole thing that goes behind her neck. You see that? And the top part of her dress comes out here, and about halfway down, not quite halfway, is where her waist will be. So let's have this kind of curves out backwards this way. See how it flares away from her body? And then she has a sash that's tied around her middle. Yeah, make that curved just like that. And you can draw a couple of lines in here to show how the cloth wraps around her waist. And right up in here, there's a collar design. It's like this U shape. I think that. And then it goes around the collar like that. And there's these little ties on it that go across. I'm just going to do two, just like that. There's a little decorative circle on this side and a little strip that goes on that side. It's very pretty. Okay, her dress comes out a little wider than her body, and almost when you get to the bottom, this little break and come back like that. You see, it's a nice, very subtle S-curve, break back. And then, almost got too low there. Nice, subtle curve back up to this side, where her dress flares out the other way. There. Now this dress isn't just a plain skirt. It also has a lot of wraparound designs in it. So right here, not up in this corner, but a little further down, right there, do a nice, just a simple curve right there. Not an S curve, just a simple curve. But right when you get to the bottom, it hooks back around like it's wrapping around behind her. And on this side, right here, you have to do a little line that comes back that way, a little curved line. Kind of a shawl around her skirt that wraps around. You could even put a wrinkle in there if you want, like that. And around the base of her skirt, there's little decorative embroidery patches, almost like little shiny jewels, just little ovals that wrap all the way around. You see it starts high and gets low, and it comes back up high again like that. You see? That, you have brand new VeggieTales character, Princess Sweet Petunia. I hope you had fun. See you next time.